Wexford handed it back to her. She replaced it on the table, let her eyes linger on her mother for a moment, a curious, faintly contemptuous look, and walked out of the room. He heard her feet going upstairs. "When did you expect your husband to come back?" "The Sunday night. I didn't think much about it when he didn't. I thought he'd stay another night, and he'd be back Monday. But he wasn't, and he never phoned." "You didn't phone the motel yourself?" "I wouldn't do that. I mean, it's a long-distance call. I haven't got the number anyway." "You didn't phone 7 Smith Harding?" "What good would that have done? He never went in there for weeks on end." "And you haven't heard a word from him for 8 days?" 5 days. I expected him to be gone the first 3. He would have to ask it. After all, she had called him in. "Is it possible your husband could be—" He sought for a word, and came out with a mealy-mouthed one he despised. "Friendly with some other woman?" She gave him a long, cold, unshocked look. "I don't know what he does when he's away days and nights on end, do I? All our married life he's been away, selling as much as he's been at home. I don't know what floozies he's had, and I wouldn't ask." The old-fashioned word suited the room and Mrs. Williams' grey respectability. "Do you think we ought to do anything?" "If you mean by that. Should you report him as a missing person? No, certainly not. The chances are you'll have word from him in the next few days. If you don't, I think your best course will be to see a solicitor, or go to your Citizens' Advice Bureau. But don't do that before you've been on to 7 Smith Harding. The likelihood is you'll find him through them." She didn't thank him for coming, or apologize for taking up his time. His wife was sitting in an armchair placed at the same angle to the fireplace as the chair Joy Williams had sat in a room of the proportions to the one he had just left. But there the resemblance ended. A log fire was burning, and Dora was making patchwork, a bedspread in all shades of blues and reds. Her hair was dark and plentiful, still not grey at nearly 60. "Did you see Mike today?" She meant Detective Inspector Burden. Wexford said no. He had been at court in Miringham. Jenny came in to tell me that she'd had the result of the amniocentesis. The baby's all right, and it's a girl. She got up and transferred the patchwork to the seat of the chair. He followed her out in the kitchen. He was more than usually aware this evening of the warmth and light in his own house. "Want a drink?" "Why not?" she said. "Celebrate Jenny and Mike's healthy baby." "Don't you want to hear about your Mrs. Williams?" "Poor Joy," said Dora. "I suppose he's gone off with some girl, has he?" "If you knew that, I don't know what you wrote me in for." Dora laughed. She had a rich, throaty giggle. "He's such an awful man. You never met him, did you? There's something so secretive and deceitful about him. I'll tell you something I was scared to tell you at the time. I thought you might do something violent. He made a pass at Sylvia." "So?" His elder daughter was 30, married 12 years, and the mother of 2 tall sons. Dora gave him a sidelong look. She was 15 at the time. The violent feelings she had predicted were there to hand. His 15-year-old daughter? He resisted the temptation to bellow. He took a sip of his drink and spoke coolly. "Did you do anything?" "Oh, yes. I went to him and told him what her father was. It worked. He made himself very scarce. I didn't tell Joy, but I think she knew and was disillusioned. Anyway, she didn't adore him any more the way she used to." The firm of 7 Smith Harding had been founded in 1875 by Septimus Sevensmith, who called himself a colour man. He sold artist materials in a shop in the High Street in Miringham. Paints for exterior and interior decorating use came along later. Today the head offices in Miringham have more a look of a very refined antique dealer than the seat of paint-makers. Wexford knew Miles Gardner, the deputy managing director. A fortnight had passed since his talk.